Welcome to 3 Questions in 3 Minutes, where we sit down with education leaders across the state to discuss the blueprint for Maryland's future. Today, we are joined by Adrienne Dillahunt, Education Co-Chair at the Maryland State Conference of the NAACP. Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us today. Please tell us about yourself and the work of the Maryland State Conference.
Well, thank you for having me. I am an educator of 25 years, and I currently work do a lot of work in equity in my current job, and again, co-chair of the Education Committee of NAACP, where we also focus on equity. Our mission is to make sure that our disadvantaged students and students of color are on the path to college, have a successful career by ensuring access to great teaching, equitable resources, and challenging curriculum. And so we're dedicated to eliminating the severe racial inequities that continue to plague our education system. Our ultimate goal is just to make sure that every student of color receives a quality public education that prepares him or her to be contributing members of the democracy. And so we want to achieve this in concert with the national NAACP and all of our leaders across the association to make sure that we strategize this in a four-pronged approach. And so those approaches are increasing resources, equity, ensuring college and career readiness, improving teaching, and then also improving discipline.
Fantastic. Could you tell us a little bit about what was at stake for the communities that the NAACP serves in the Blueprint for Maryland's future?
You know, what's at stake is very similar to what our pillars were. We were really interested in making sure that we had high quality education for our students, making sure that we are giving our early childhood education piece is critical, making sure we're focusing on that and making sure that we have expand our network and making sure that our students and our families are supported in those early childhood stages. We also were looking at making sure we have more resources that were provided for our students, especially human resources, more diverse teaching and hiring for our workforce.
Fantastic. And it's really amazing how the NAACP's four-pronged approach is really aligned with the tenets of the Blueprint. Thank you for highlighting that. So finally, what is the message you have to lawmakers in the Maryland General Assembly when they get back to session?
We need to override the veto. We need to stay committed to the goal of eliminating inequities and building an educational system that works for our kids, our families, our educators. We cannot give up now, especially with what is going on with the pandemic. It is placing our students, it is placing our districts further behind, and us having to make sure that everybody has access to devices, making sure that people are online. And that's, again, putting our students, our neediest students, further and further behind. So we can't stop now. You need to override the veto, because that's the only way that we're going to show that we care about the future of our education, the future of our students.
Thank you so much for that. That's brilliant. Thank you again for joining us and for the amazing work being done by the Maryland State Conference of the NAACP to support educational equity.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back soon with another 3 questions in 3 minutes. Until then.